And welcome to Tea Time with Sarah, where I spill the tea on a bunch of shit.
It me reporting whatever the fuck I want.
You don't own me,
Whatever.
You should be scared.
It's tea time.
Today's story is insane. There's a singer in the Arab world named Saad Lamjarred who's kind of like the Justin Timberlake of the Arab world. His songs are actually super dope. Take a listen.
ما تسمع اللي يخدعك انت معلم. هي انت معلم واحنا بدك نتعلم. معلم انت معلم واحنا بدك نتعلم.
That's all I can play without copyright infringement. For real, his songs are so fun and you can't help but love them. Yeah, he's a fugitive of the United States. He was trying to escape a rape charge here, but it's a little bit more interesting than that.
At the time of this rape, he was not famous at all. In fact, he was a struggling lounge singer in New York City with absolutely no money. Tons of entertainers go to huge cities to make it big and end up doing small paying gigs or even gigs for free. I'm even one of those people, and that's exactly what Saad Lamjarred's life was too. A similarly struggling artist and model in New York City met Saad, and he asked her on a date, and she agreed. After the date, he asked her to come to his house to hang out for a bit, and she agreed again. Saad started to get a little frisky while she was at his house, and she said she didn't really want to do that at that time. It was at this point that Saad Lamjarred violently pinned her down and raped her. She called the police and filed a report. Saad Lamjarred was arrested, and his victim took him to court. He appeared in court twice. The second time he appeared in court, the outcome did not look like it would be in his favor, so he arranged someone to send money, jumped bail, and left the country.
His victim thought there was no hope catching that loser lounge singer who raped her and then fled the country. That was until about 3 years later when she took a serendipitous trip to Israel and saw his face on a billboard. Apparently, he had become a famous Middle Eastern singer in those 3 years that he escaped the United States. She looked him up online and she saw one of his most recent videos on YouTube had 120 million views. Could you imagine that? That's insane. But it doesn't stop there.
It's reported that after Saad Lamjarred escaped the US, he went on a literal rape spree across Europe and part of the Middle East. Laura Priol reported to police that she was violently raped by Saad Lamjarred after a date they went on in Paris. Laura reported the rape to the French police, who first arrested Lamjarred in 2016. He spent 6 months in prison and left on bail in 2017 under electronic surveillance. After these reports started to all come together, international investigators started to dig more and found out that he actually was accused of raping a Moroccan French woman in Morocco 2 years before the Paris incident with Laura.
The French Moroccan woman wanted to continue pressing the charges, but she was pressured into dropping them by her family. Who even knows how many rapes were not reported at all? Oh, but Laura from Paris, she wasn't done yet. She wanted her day in court with Saad. But get this.
By this point in the investigation, Saad Lamjarred had released the music video for Alem, which racked up the most views on YouTube of any Arab singer ever, with views currently sitting at 1 billion for that music video alone. He began to have friends in very high places, as you would imagine, including the King of Morocco, who ended up paying top dollar for the best defense attorney money could buy to defend Saad Lamjarred in the Paris rape case.
Poor Laura did not stand a chance.
Saad Lamjarred's fans believe this is all a big conspiracy and don't believe a bit of it. Even though there are BBC articles, New York Times, New York Post, the articles go on in worldwide news.
In fact, before I understood his cult following, I did go on one of his YouTube videos and commented like, hey, do you guys know about the worldwide rape cases this guy has open on him? Like before he was even famous? Let's just say chaos ensued. The amount of women who viciously defended this man who they don't even know and they don't even understand the cases that are against him is mind-blowing. These are real cases with real evidence, with court transcripts and over a decade of testimony from women across the globe, before and after he became famous. Well, the plot thickens a little more. Okay, so originally when I was looking into this story about 8 months ago, I saw that he was engaged to a woman who was 50-ish years old old and she was still a virgin. This was only known to me because it was a big part of the news articles that I saw them both in. Saad Lamjarred marrying famous Middle Eastern middle-aged virgin singer. It led me to think like, okay, so the only woman this man would respect or marry is literally the oldest virgin on earth? This guy is a specialized psychiatrist's dream. This was a big part of those articles, was this young man who's going to be marrying this middle-aged, pious, virgin, Arab, middle-aged singer. Now I can find nothing of this ever happening. Nothing. I even looked on alternate search engines. Still nothing. I remember looking at many articles. I feel like I'm in the Mandela effect. Instead, I see him with articles getting married to a woman 2 months ago who is not this middle-aged singer virgin lady. He married 32-year-old businesswoman Gita El Alaki, who he got married to 2 months ago. He got engaged to her 2 months ago and married to her in the same month. She's apparently from a very ancient, high-ranking family in Morocco. I feel like I'm having a Mandela effect. I know I saw those articles. And now they are nowhere. I'm kind of freaked out by this, honestly. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe for more tea. Remember, Saad Lamjarred is still a fugitive of the United States. If he comes back to the US, he will be arrested immediately. This is a whirlwind of a story that almost sounds untrue, but as we know, these days especially, fact is oftentimes more strange than fiction. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys back here next time. Bye!